Well, hello there again, Wargame Marinos. Raptor here. Welcome back. It is Wargame Red Dragon. It is a 1v1 40-minute destruction battle against Carbon Lord 21. We're here on Straight to the Point, and let me get straight to the point by saying it is just a typical, good old-fashioned 1v1 destruction. I played one of those recently again, and I don't know, it's been a very long time since I did these in this game, since there were always people wanting to play and always trying to get into 2v2s and 3v3s and 4v4s. It's summertime now. People are out and about and having fun, and graduation time is here, so I'm going to try to do some more on my own and see how good of a player I can be. But again, remember, being good for me is just kind of more like making miracles happen with lucky artillery strikes and troops just being at the right place in the right time and that kind of thing. So anyway, if you want to continue to support me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a little like and check out Bolt Sauce and Nolan as well. Two very good players who I play with quite often, as well as the others in the Rat Pack, and all those links are of course on the main page as well. So thanks for your support, and this is going to be nothing short of fun. So anyway, obviously at Elena, the very important zone here is covered with a village on the left and a village on the right that also is in Elena. Yeah, according to my experience anyway, and of course I don't have as much as some people do, but we're going to go ahead and see how good we can do it. I've been playing the game for 3 years, Wargame, and of course Active Aggression is coming out soon, and or could be out now if you're watching this. Check it out. Another great sequel by this company, and Eugen here does a really good job of making sure that things are thorough, and they always come back to try to balance things the best they can and make do with what they've got. So a really good company that continues to try to make the games even better that you love. So here, a lot of zones to capture that are very important. Obviously, infantry is going to be extremely important here as well. So I'm going to try to fly to Elena and capture that, and drive a command over to Fedor to capture that as well, because that's going to be extremely important. Obviously, the point on the right side important as well at Sheraton, because that's going to be another call-in zone that's closer to Elena and Fedor if needed. But if anything, we're at least going to bring in some of these, my favorite, the QW1s. I've had a lot of great kills with that anti-aircraft unit, the man-pad, and so it's going to be very effective, if anything, against any sort of enemy unit. And of course, this is good. These WZ 551s are fantastic units, as well as their tank chasseur, or whatever you want to call it, Szechuan chicken. Love it. Delicious. All right, let's have ourselves a good time. That is the goal of the game today. And we're going to bring ourselves an MI1 just to get a quick peek at what the enemy might have. We're going to get there as soon as possible. Again, Fedor, Elena are going to be our two caps in addition to Gregory. And then eventually I'll take a look at the left side. Actually, we should probably start with that now. And we'll put some, we'll get a mobile chopper up just so we can keep an eye on the enemy on the left side if they happen to come around Anna. And then at Sheraton, we'll ignore that for the time being just because of points restriction. So anyway, let's get into it. Hopefully we have a good time. Hopefully some interesting things happen. And of course, that's the best in the game, is when interesting things happen like that. So we do want to bring this command unit to, let's see, Fedor instead. And the infantry can continue on. And there we go. Alright, so again, you want to move everything a lot faster than that, but again, you guys always call for zoom-ins on things, close-ups and such, and so you're going to get it. There's your Chinese command unit there with the, it's basically an amphibious, it looks like the German Schwimmwagen or whatever, but it looks like a kind of a mini Humvee with, a boat attachment. Thing looks really funny. Alright, so WZ 551s too are heading to the battle. Those are also very good. Oh, looks like we got Blackhawks already. So we're going to go ahead and get some of our guys off the road. And obviously he's going to go for the center, so we're just going to bomb the hell out of it now. And we do have Q51s, which are going to be very effective against any infantries that come out. And he's already going to have adapts and such out, so down payment assistant program, I suppose. And Humvees and such on the left side. So did say he had played one time when I looked at it, but looks like we might have one of those pros who restarts just because they actually want to get some games in, which is shameful. Be honest about your experience and have a good time. Don't just try to play with anybody. All right, let's get some of these choppers shot down right away then, and we'll get some points for that. We're gonna get some real good points for that. And we'll go to Sheraton instead, and he's got an Avenger there. We'll keep an eye on that too. But that's definitely not a day one player for sure, and that's kind of what I suspected when we went into it. But not doing a good job of keeping his helicopters away from trouble. He's going to bring up his Humvees and such with the infantry in it. And it looks like there could be, what was that, ATGM coming at us? Oh wow, that's a waste. WZ551s and can come back, and we'll unload our Mi-8T, and we'll close that gap a little bit there, and things will be all right. If we do have artillery, we're going to go ahead and use a couple of these pieces to pummel whatever he's got in the woods, and we're just going to keep an eye on him. And he's going to bring Rangers out. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use some of our special forces now to make sure those Rangers don't go any further. And those WQs are going to get killed right over, or Q-dubs are going to get killed by those Rangers. They're going to come up behind. So he didn't capture Elena, he went for Dmitry instead. We have kind of a point gain on him by 6 versus 5, and then we're going to have a 7 here in a second or two as soon as those Zuban get in there. Again, starts are always hard. You never know which way they're going to go. You always want to try to stay away from the enemy, but then if you do, you just play on the defensive. So we've got our artillery on our way, and we're going to keep an eye out for any trouble that might come our way. We got a corrected shot there, so we're going to go ahead and fire at that, PL-70s. And ATGMs are firing at our Q-dubs again. Oh, finally a hit on something there. If they're not killed by that, they'll at least get hit by the other Rangers in the woods. And we'll build up our forces for an eventual attack on that right side. Artillery's firing like crazy. That's good. We're going to build up on infantry. It's going to be important. And so yeah, the game is filled with a lot of old pros, and I'm suspecting that's why some of you may not be as interested in playing anymore and have kind of turned towards watching just the YouTubers having a good time, as well as some of the newer players trying to figure out exactly what to do. The Steam sales, of course, always bring in a lot of people, but there are some people who just love playing the game all the time, and there you go with the artillery. Always good to know, watch the enemy and see where they stop and then hit them when they're parked. Those are just Humvees or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. We're still killing. So we'll sneak up on this right side with Blackhawks, with the Blackhawks there, and we'll get into the woods with special forces and try to cut them down as best we can. And we'll get some regular infantry as well to come through. These should be good enough. There's the Rangers, as we thought from before, and we'll go ahead and hit them with our artillery. And that should pin them down. We'll go ahead and hit them with rockets too. The longer they stay there, the better. We're going to hit them here in a second. And they're going to retreat, so we're just going to make sure we stay on top of them even if we lose them. You can kind of guess the location of them. And we got a 23mm helicopter with us too. That's fun. Alright, we'll see what we can do here. Got special forces moving out of the village, and we've got regular army with us as well. Special forces can move up quickly, and the regular army will be able to kind of be the main force to push them back. And he's starting to capture the other zones here. And there's an Avenger moving up for a quick kill. And it looks like some Humvees moving over to take cover right about here. No corrected shot, though we have a helicopter right there. 90mm as well. Good time for our tank forces, anti-tank forces here. Plugging up the holes and seeing what they can do best. And of course we'll bring our QWs right about there. Alright, so artillery trying to hit where the enemy used to be, or might be going rather than where they used to be. Interestingly enough, where they moved to was a pretty good position. Looks like the Rangers are surrounded. So that's going to be a loss of some pretty good recon there, unfortunately for them. Oh, there's still some Rangers left. No way. There they go. Alright, so we've got plenty of infantry moving through the forest now. And we got artillery coming down on them. Building up on the Avengers. I don't know why he's going so heavy on the anti-air now. We do have aircraft that the Avengers can engage, but it's kind of more of a helicopter thing at this point. Or he's trying to just snipe the MI1s. If he can, yeah, he might get close, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to stack up outside town and see if we can... Oh, here we go. Got some helicopters just sitting there, so we're going to use our artillery for some magic. Alright, we'll have our main army force come through here. Alright. So playing this alone allows for a better concentration, but also, you know, means you have to be completely and utterly self-reliant. Anything that goes wrong is all on you. We got a command coming up too, by the way. See if we can catch that guy. WZ-551s getting hit by ATGMs more than likely, but to kill a command, it's much more important. And we can kind of guess where that thing will go. If we see it pull off the road at all. We'll see if we can get rid of that Stinger and call in some other weapons that might assist. There we go, a nice 45-point kill and an exchange there. Black Hawks are now mounted machine guns. And of course the Insta-bomb. Alright, Huey's coming in. Wait for that thing to fire its main gun and then we'll move in on it. Okay. Well, we got the village. Bolt Sauce would be proud. We're behind a little bit on points, but that's not the worst of it. Still need to make sure that we control these zones. Oh, and there's still a stinger there, which I didn't see that he was still behind. We'll get him. Avengers coming around, so that's going to be limited on aircraft. And he's going to put it right back in the same position. So we'll go ahead and get on him with the with that. We're also going to have some vehicles coming in. So let's go ahead and bring up some of these and some of those and this and that. And we'll just spread out back here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is bring up some forces just to try to make sure the flank's covered here on the left. And hopefully that artillery kills anything that went into that area. Okay, well, I did a pretty good job of pushing him out of there, and though he has much more in terms of, well, we're at income now. Income is now equal, and we're doing all right. Oops, not that. Yep, we just, oh, yep, and there's the insert that I was looking for, actually. Either that's just dropping off troops or searching around the back. So we're gonna go ahead and drop some troops off for that. So I was kind of trying to be on the lookout for that the entire time. And we've now got our special forces there. And I think we can attack them from over here, out of sight of the Avengers. And I don't know if we're hitting with our artillery or not, but we'll just kind of keep on the move with that. Artillery, again, good for keeping the enemy on their toes. And there's where he was. And it looks like he's got multiple anti-aircraft positions. Oh, sound like Yoda there. Anyway. He'll be coming in from the back at some point. And that's when we got him. At least that attack. Gonna have these guys cross on foot and just secure that area there. And recon vehicle is gonna have to die. That is just basically a jeep with a machine gun on it. And I haven't seen any anti-air or any aircraft at all yet, but I'm sure he's got something. So we do want to bring up things to defend against that, and some better infantry too. Nice thing about this deck is it's very similar to a French deck. It's more about, and you can see he's either trying to engage our M1, or he's trying to go for the flank that he's seems to be working on here. And we're gonna just bring this recon right to the back and keep an eye on things. Oh, yep, he's just going for the free 35. And that's gonna be a gun and run. You'll see him hauling ass out of town. And so this is kind of, again, where a lot of players get frustrated and want to end, is the it's not about the battle anymore. It's just about the kind of the free points up there in the air. So the enemy tries to bring you down that way, and then he'll just immediately retreat. So there's not going to be any sort of fight or anything now. It's going to be kind of cheap hits like that. He's working on his flank attack, but that's all. And he will attempt to retake that town. So yeah, I can understand a lot of you guys getting frustrated too, by the way, by that type of attack as well, where it's kind of just enemy will kind of reach out and bop something. That's kind of what artillery is capable of the most of the time. So you always want to bring the artillery to try to stop the enemy from doing that on the ground. But as for the air, there's no way. And too bad our recon didn't get out of there earlier, because we could have used him in the back. But we already know he's there, so there's no fear there. So he's going to play that way, so are we. We're going to bring up some artillery, and we're just going to pummel Elena for defenses and build up forces that he's got. We're either going to tell him to come at us or get F.A.Q back and guard his grill. And this is kind of where the interesting play comes in. You never know what'll happen here in Wargame. And so we're going to come back to the fob with these and keep some of our artillery a little bit more hidden now. And so players now at this point will, you know, like for instance what I'm about to do, you're now looking to target Humvees, you're now looking to target stationary transports, anything out in the open, even if the thing is worth 5 points. It's kind of hard to resist that temptation to do that. And we actually do have a unit over here. Oh, looks like we found his special attack. That's not so special anymore. We need to chase him down. And of course our artillery. And the goal here is to pummel the town because he might be waiting there in defense. So let's go ahead and hit him. And I think we just killed a unit back there over the near the forest. We'll fire a couple of these rockets and then readjust. And 2 20-point hits. That's exactly what you want to do now. This is where the artillery and or helicopter play comes in, where you're using super cobras and stuff to snipe the enemy recon. He's now got rangers over here. And we'll go ahead and see if we can hit that with a bomb. I don't even know what the hell those bombs do. Oh, they kill things. Interesting. I'll have to take note of that. Well, what we can do is get a counter cap at Elena and not let him have those points. And we hit that village again. No effect. We'll get some supplies out for that. That's a pretty good technique to try to chip away at each other. We're going to be less than 300 points away from each other so long as we kind of keep having this typical exchange. Blackhawks coming in from the rear. Now we don't have any... Well, we have tons of anti-aircraft here. And there she goes. Might be from the Rangers from earlier. And we'll get that artillery to move. As well as everything that was hitting them. That can be a good retaliation, by the way, from the enemy. Once you hit their artillery with something. Or once they see your artillery, or however it works, they're going to be coming for it, so just be cautious of that. I'm going to try to take more of a defensive posture since he seems to be, you know, much more of a skilled player. And, you know, whenever you see a 85% victory ratio or 75 or however you like to play, or you're seeing like 1, you never know what to expect. Again, players reset their accounts, or even if it's their first day playing, they're no fool and can be way better than you as well. It just kind of depends on your skill, which, you know, when you're not the best like me, it's actually very exciting and very satisfying to kind of be doing how I'm doing now, which is pretty much like, you know, oh, there's this, oh, there's that, oh, I defeated it, yay, I'm not completely dumb, yay. And so, you know, when you're watching this, there's a lot going on the map, and you may be intimidated, and you may, you know, not know exactly what's going on or what might be coming next, but just always remember that, you know, obviously with all games, the way it's always going to be is no matter how many times you play, there's always somebody better, faster, you know, and more responsive than you are, and, you know, you're not a unique snowflake or anything. Just everybody, you have to play the game by the game's rules, and some people are just a little better at playing by the rules than other people. That's just kind of the way it comes down to. All right, we've still got a command to kill here, and I want to go for it. Primarily just with artillery, and our BM-24s are now moving their asses. About time. And I just want to get ready with HQs or something in the back for any extra attacks that might come our way. And beef up our defenses around base now, because we're not going to bro down with each other here. There's no way. And I think our truck just stopped on the border. There we go. There's a counter cap. And that will cut down on his income. And PLZ 70s are doing a real good job of firing continuously on LNS. Still have yet to hit a command, and again, that's that M114. So we're going to split our artillery up now and really give them a fireworks show. That's why I like the Chinese. I love this basic rocket artillery. It doesn't matter. You don't have to see where the enemy is. You still hit things. I mean, that's what artillery is, right? Just shoot that direction, things go boom. I mean, that's why there's a huge blast radius. I mean, if we could, you know, fire a bullet from a handgun and have it go right into a dictator's head, then why do we need Tomahawk missiles that fire, you know, within certain meters of a target? There's still that element of error. You know, there's you know, that little percentage where it might go wrong, and thus, you know, you got to make up for that with a bigger boom. All right, he might counter on our artillery. Let's go ahead and move. I don't see anything on the mini map. BM-24s are ready to strike. And there could be tons of reinforcements here. So let's see what happens. If he's not going to attack, we'll just kind of reach out and grab him a little bit. Super Chinook coming in. That's good. That could actually land at the same time that our strikes are coming in. And whatever that is, hopefully it goes die. Now again, you could have a command anywhere in those mountains or in the woods or anything like that, so it really doesn't matter what we're hitting. And there you go. And just like I said, yes, I can't believe it worked. A rocket artillery hit where it needed to hit, and there you go. And that's what the game comes down to sometimes, a random dice roll. And I was sucking it up, and I was really horrible at the beginning of this game. But as you can see, the late game, we're now less than 100 points away from him, and his flankings haven't been working so far. They could eventually, but just got to keep on my toes. So I'm not a very good early game player. I like to kind of, you know, spread out, assess the situation, defend my weaknesses, and then try to find the enemy's weaknesses and hope that they attack my strengths, which, you know, isn't that like anything, like in boxing or in military or in school or work? You know, you hope that people think your weakness is what it is, but it turns out to be your strength. We've now got something fire. Oh, the artillery on the Chinook now. Just looking to see if these vehicles are amphibious, which they are, so I just want to go across the river. Actually, you know, we're going to park here, and if we need to move, we will. We're just going to, you know, we're going to just keep the military around our command up here. Add some more security to that. And we'll just cut across the river. Screw it. Alright, so as you can see, we're still hitting infantry and such. That's out in the open. We've got V-150s here ready to strike. We're going to move up our elite infantry then. He's trying to do some crazy MacGyver stuff right here. You guys ever watch MacGyver? Secret word of the day, MacGyver's paperclip. That is the secret word of the day, by the way, for those of you who like to play that in the comments section. MacGyver's paperclip. And also, please respond with your favorite Italian food. Mine would probably be stuffed chicken marsala. Yes, I don't even know if that's Italian, just like how people think spaghetti is Italian. But whatever, doesn't matter. If it's good, eat it, right? I never came up with that. Hey, I'm ahead finally in points, buddy. All right. Now this is the type of game you really enjoy too, by the way, where you can just spread out and defend and just kind of explain things and blow things up. He's now got another command here, so it's now time for us to get back and where the hell am I? Oh, BM-24s went back over here. I thought I sent them to the FOB, but all right. So we're gonna get up in his face again and hit him. We got a good advantage in point income and such. So the Cobra's coming over now. We're going to give him some units to try to eat. Good old lure and skewer. And Q-dubs on point. Good job. And now he may have seen where that command unit was, so we're going to go ahead and move that again. Standard procedure, I guess. And this is where artillery and this is where, you know, specialized helicopters and things like his Super Cobras really come into effect, because if you quickly, for a glimpse, see where the enemy has a weakness, you can respond to it. And 35 points or 100 points can make all the difference. As you can see, I killed a command and a couple of important choppers, and now it really comes down to a game like this. And I'm hoping Carbon Lord 21 isn't the first-time player, because if he is, he's going to be one hell of a player when he becomes very experienced. I may have seen it incorrectly, or that might have been someone from before, but I really don't care. However this goes out, that's just the way it is. Win or lose, you become a better player in the end. We're now looking for a command unit, which if I were him, I would now put it over here. But we're now going to rocket that area, which is frustrating, but I mean, you know, if you were on the enemy force, you would definitely hope that your commander did that rather than anything else. So Aardvark's Eagles, what the hell is he trying to do here? Is he trying to bro down? What the shit is this? Oh, he's now on the lookout for heavy AA. And a ton of DAPs over there and shit. Oh my god. Su-27 was destroyed, so there you go. Things can change in an instant like that. Now let's just take a look at some things here. Okay, we've still got our artillery. So we're going to bring out some of these elite troops. Some more of these guys too. He's going to try to hit us that way. See, he's not over yet, kids. Smart. You see all those aircraft and everything like that? It's really good. Really smart. Nighthawk coming in exactly where our forces were. So I'm not sure if he knows that he hit them or not. He's bringing in an awful lot of DAPs. Alright, hotkey 2 on these radar guided missiles, and if we see anything turning away from us, that's when we let it pop. Again, we've now turned a weakness into a strength. That left flank was absolutely exposed, as we knew, and now we're trying to turn it into a strength. He's bringing in all of his choppers now. No AA left. He's trying to snipe with Super Cobras. And a hit because of the good armor, at least, on those Mi-8Ts. So again, yeah, so the killing of a few units like that, Su-27s in that case, again, can turn the battle back and forth, but that's when it just ends up as a, you know, can end up as a draw, or something along those lines. So, looks like our vehicles are almost fully rearmed. And we're going to keep our recon on the move. He's now ready to rock with us. He did a really good thing, by the way. That landing force that came out of that island, that was sweet. I liked seeing that. I don't know if you can see those units or not, but that's probably going to be the extent of any attack, so we need to go back to artillery, since that's some pretty nifty technology those Americans have. So there's really not much we can do about it. And he's got mostly infrared stuff, so he's not going to make any big mistakes. Though I'm not behind by too much, about, what, 120 points. So again, that could be the loss of one aircraft. Could change in the blink of an eye, and you never know. I don't know if he's going to attack again or not. Oh, yep, here comes the aircraft. Ravens and all sorts of other bombers. Hits, but he didn't kill anything. Now that he's used his air power, that kind of gives us a little bit of cover to try to work some magic anyway. And there might be some infantry that landed in that village, so we'll try to look for them too. So again, very intense moments here. So just on the look for a command again. So we're going to use breakthrough Chinese technology, built back in the 50s, damn it, and try to, you know, each one of these missiles is a GPS-guided, you know, Tomahawk missile strike onto the enemy's command. And this is going to be a way to try to even things up. And these are the types of battles you like most, is when you can, yeah, you don't want to crush them. You want pretty much an even draw. And, you know, victories come and go, but good times are forever. So we'll see what happens. Gonna bring up a cargo truck now for those QW1s, QWIs, or whatever you want to call them. And we're gonna try to keep an eye out now for the aircraft. Oh, looks like AGSs are back there. Nice. Now we've got targets for the BM-24s. Corrected, mind you. And that radius is getting ever so small. Let's keep trucking away. And we're going to try to hit those AGSs. 50 points each, so 200 points sitting there. And let's see if we can hit them. Should be 24 240 millimeter missiles hitting that, or rockets hitting that area. So let's see what we can do. Don't want to go too far into enemy territory. Don't want to go too fast. I love that technology. I love the rocket truck. It seriously feels like a bunch of teenagers just loading firecrackers or bottle rockets, rather, on the back of a pickup truck for a good afternoon. Alright, let's get these troops reloaded here. Get those guys up back on target. No hits, but damage, and he's going to see it, and he'll probably back out of that area immediately. Going to go to the forest here. Interesting. A little slow, but this is where the show really gets intense, is when there's really the possibility for anything to go on. Little birds there, you know. We've got about 3,000 range on that. Rather, 3,000 on helicopters, so we can try something with that. And trying to keep an eye on anything that could be a threat. A major air attack may occur towards the end. Or like that, an MI-1 just kind of killed... Oh, and the Avenger there, so that's going to be a good target. He scooted that up, so let's try to get 10 points on him. He killed that for 35. And if we can find a command or something, that'd be great. Alright, we'll set up north of our command there, or our FOB, and let's see if we can just artillery him into the Stone Age. Here comes that rocket attack, by the way. Or the aircraft attack. If we can hit something, that'd be great. No kills there. All comes down to random number generator. But as you can see, he's walked into the belly of the beast now. BM-24s are going to pin him down. PLZ-70s are going to do the same. HQ7 should not have moved like that, but that is all right. A minor victory for him. So as you can see, it comes down to the random aircraft strike or the, you know, the RNG sometimes that can come up towards, you know, hitting a target or not. The early beginnings are very important, and of course, just all around movement. So another good game. I enjoyed that one. I call that a GG. So anyway, until next time, keep your password and pimp and strong. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you.